Hey, what's going on YouTube? Here's a quick update with all of the projects that I've got going on at the moment. So you will know I've got my Trans Am, which came quite a few weeks ago now. I've only actually driven it a couple of times, drives really well. Now, the update to the Trans Am is I am going to get the engine bay sprayed first. So what I've decided to do, so here we are. Now, the whole car needs a full respray. Yeah, that, I'm sure I've said that already in a previous video. So yeah, it's a complete mess at the moment, like the exterior. It's already been primed in black, but there's still a long way to go. Obviously, there's no shine on it. So what I'm going to do is do the engine bay first. So this is going to be the very first job I'm going to do on the car. I found a garage, I found a company that's going to take the engine out. In fact, this is my local garage that I use. They're going to take the engine out and then the paint shop, I found a paint shop just around the corner from there. They're going to spray the engine bay, and then we're going to push the car back to the garage again, put the engine back in. But the engine's going to have lots of work done to it in the meantime. So in that week that it's been sprayed, the engine bay, I'm going to do lots of work to the engine. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. I'm hopefully going to do that in the next couple of months. So I won't open the engine bay. I think I've already showed you that anyway. So it's a little bit of a mess inside, you know, it's because the car was originally red. So there's no way I'm going to leave the engine bay as it is. Plus I'm going to make it look all futuristic and everything. I'm going to have like a big cover in the center of the engine and all that. But you'll see when the engine's finished, it's going to look really, really cool. So that's going to be the first thing I do on the Trans Am. And then after I've done the engine bay, I'm then going to spray the rest of the car. So once I can drive the car myself, I'm then going to rip all the interior out. In fact, I might even rip out the interior in the next month or so, because there's not really any reason why I have to leave the interior in, because I'm not really going to be using it much. I'm not going to be going to many car shows because it is a bit of a mess. So you can see inside there, it's just like that, a horrible grey interior. So I might start ripping all the interior out in about the next maybe 4 weeks, in the next month or so, getting there. It's only really a case of just ripping the seats out. If you go back on my previous videos for my last kit project, you'll see how I did it. It was literally just pull out everything, all the plastics, all the trim comes off, all the door panels and everything. It's a pretty easy job. But once it's all out, the whole car can air then, and it can air for quite a few weeks before I actually put new carpets and everything in. I mean, in fact, it's probably going to be a few months. So this is what I've got going on with the Trans Am at the moment. It is underway, the actual project is underway, but it's going to be a bit slower than my first kit project that I completed last year. Because with this one, I've literally got like a clean slate. You know, this is a completely fresh start really. It has got the wheels, yeah, it's got the 15-inch like caps and covers for the wheels, and it's got the front nose already. It's got the Night Rider nose at the front of the car and a couple of other bits and pieces. But apart from that, it's just a basic sort of car that I can turn into a kit. So it's going to look really nice. So yeah, so we are underway with the Trans Am. A couple of other changes that I've made. What I've decided to do as well, now I didn't really want to do this, but you see my bike there. Yeah, my bike, unfortunately, I'm going to sell. It's a long story. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but it's a case of I don't have time to race it much at the moment. I've got lots of other things going on. Obviously, I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. I've got all of my projects. I've got my Trans Am. I've got my spacecraft UFO. I've got lots of other stuff that I'm trying to build. So I can't do everything. So this year, I'm not going to race the bike, but I will still be using the quads and going to tracks and all that. So the bike is up for sale. Yeah, it's a fast 2-stroke mini bike. So if you know anyone that wants to buy it, hit me up. So moving on, if we go over here, yeah, the UFO, I've done a couple more bits to it. I've measured up loads more ply. I found a really good seat to go inside. I've got loads of electronics that I've recently purchased. I've got lots of control panels, like Star Wars sort of like control panels to go on there. So yeah, this is coming along nicely. As I said in the previous video, I'm going to be finishing the UFO before I properly start on the Trans Am. Yeah, you can see it behind me. Yep. So I've got my Trans Am, I've got my UFO, and I've got my quad over there. Now I didn't want to get rid of my quads. I've put my other quad away for 6 months. That is in a different place. This one I'm going to keep in here because this means more to me, this green one, because I've taken it out on track and I've made some good videos with this one. So this is going to sit in the corner on show like this until I decide to use it again. So that's going to sit there. The bike's going to go. That thing's going to be going in the next couple of weeks. Then I can crack on with the UFO project. This is going to be really cool, as I've said in a previous video. And the Trans Am is going to look awesome when it's like, well, I mean, it's not even going to have to be finished to look good. There's lots of great things that I'm going to do to the car over the next 4 or 5 months that will transform it and make it look really, really good. And finally, I've got a little bit of organisation now in my garage, because over the last few months I've had a kitchen and lots of other rubbish and stuff stored in here, and I've not really been able to do much. So finally I've got some workspace, and now I can crack on with my UFO and I can start to see some progress. So this is just a quick update really. Oh, and I've got my jumper, my Christmas jumper, that thing. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, things are underway with the old Trans Am. As I said, I've only used it twice. I took it to a local classic car show the weekends and just took it out for a little drive, and it was nice. Really, really nice to drive. This is the 3.1 V6, so plenty of power. Yeah, it does go well when you put your foot down. It does go really well. Yeah, but it's going to be good when it's all done. I'm looking forward to getting all of the electronics installed in this one, because with my last kit, if you remember, the electronics were good, but I didn't have the switch pods. And this one, these are gonna have brand new ZA electronics, which is basically just like a type of electronics that you can get. Different companies make them, but these ones are going to be ZA, and I'm going to have the switch pods, and inside all the wiring and everything is just going to be a lot more, how can I put it, a lot more organised. There's going to be lots of extra stuff I'm going to have in there. I'm going to have like a rear smoke machine for Kitt. I'm maybe going to have like an oil spray as well. So yeah, loads more little silly gadgets that I'm going to install. Maybe the oxygen sensor as well, the little oxygen thing that comes down. I don't know yet. We'll see. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I've not made a video for a couple of weeks, so I just wanted to make a quick video now with an update with what's going on. So still got plenty of things to do. Going to be a really busy year this year, especially with the UFO. That's going to be finished. Once the UFO is finished, because that's like a huge project, yeah, and that's already cost me about £300 so far. I think when I'm all said and done with the UFO project, that's going to have cost me, I think about £600 to £700, which is probably about $1,000 for you guys in the US. So a lot of money. I've spent a lot of money on that project, but I really, I do truly believe that in order to make good projects, you often have to spend a bit of money on parts. That's just the way it is. I wish I could do things for completely free, but that's just not going to happen, because there's always parts I need to buy. Timber, materials, and there's different plastic that I need to buy for it, electronics, etc, etc. So I've got my UFO project I'm going to finish first. The car is an ongoing project that obviously I'm going to work on over the next maybe 2 years, 18 months. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I've got my quads over there. Well, one quad. The water cooled quad is away. I've put that away elsewhere. The bike is about to be sold, and then once all this is done and the UFO is done, I probably will start a couple of more projects in between, like finishing Kitt as well, because there's a few more things I'm going to do. But I'll update that in a different video. So anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, lots more stuff coming up in the future, and especially my Trans Am. So if you want to see me or follow along with the Kitt project and see exactly how I do it, then make sure you're subscribed for any future videos. It's going to be a long project. This isn't going to take me like a couple of months. There's just no way you can do it in a couple of months. And even if you did throw loads of money at it, it's time. A lot of it just takes time. It's just one of them things. But I'm going to enjoy it this time, and you can follow along. Make sure you're subscribed. If you are, then you'll obviously get notified every time I upload new videos. And if you're not, please subscribe and like this video if you like it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. So it's a goodbye from Funky Projects. Talk to you soon. Take care.